I would like to invite you to join me and my staff to the next door where a cocktail reception has been prepared. I have the pleasure to host. Why a reception? I think we would like to pay tribute to all the efforts that our community has been making in broadening our view on data protection and digital ethics, in looking at the immense novel questions arising with the new role it's playing in this digital age. And we have entered into a time where gathering information about us is no longer linked to communicating with us, asking us for it. Today, we are constantly, automatically requested to transmit information about ourselves without deliberately doing so, often without even consciously knowing of it. And therefore, data sharing is no longer sharing. It has perverted to a one-dimensional flow. And at the current from us, everyday users of new interconnected devices to those controlling them, surveillance capitalism. So we have, on the one hand, individuals, but on the other hand, we have the big tech firms, data brokers, and even governments. For which purposes? Well, to observe what we do, to profile us, to target us with personalized advertisements, to influence our political opinions, to nudge us into certain behavior. And we have to learn this lesson through a whole series of scandals over the last years, including the very well-known of 2018. And we painfully witness how it can go even further if we look to the new digital economies in the East. Listen for a second. Most recently, China has launched a new app that citizens can access via the country's popular WeChat messaging platforms. Listen, this app will literally display a warning once its users get within 500 meters of someone who is in debt. So the Chinese government explains that this is the new social credit policy, and therefore it aims to create a new culture of trust among citizens. But the idea is to control people, also by getting them to shame each other. And therefore, in China, new social credit system, people with low scores face a variety of unpleasant effects, unadvertised effects. So the system, for instance, may block them from booking flights and train rides, and therefore they may be punished with lower internet speeds, or may be prevented to access to certain schools, certain jobs. So, is this the system we may expect in a few years from now in our democracies? This year's CPDP is rightly dedicated to democracy. The International Conference of Data Protection and Privacy Commissioners was dedicated to ethics, and therefore I read this as a warning. And therefore I would like to ask all of you to take for the months and years to come a proactive approach to shaping our reality on the data-driven future before it's too late. Malavika Yayaram, the executive director from the Digital Asia Hub, said in her panel at the international conference, one basic thing is to be seen and treated as a human, not as a data point, not as something to be developed, not as something to be surveyed and profiled, not as one of a class of a category, but as an individual, with everything flavored and wonderful and messy that comes with it. I think with Malavika and many other distinguished speakers, the international conference we launched started debating digital ethics and what it means, human dignity when we are approaching the fourth industrial revolution. My message today in inviting you to this cocktail is that EDPS would like to continue leading this debate. We would like to have additional discussions in 2019, and please be around because we would like to organize some broadcasted and participative expert calls, and the first of which will take place in 1 month already, will be dedicated to exploring a very fundamental question, which is how ethics and the law can strengthen each other. So, this is good food for a cocktail, free of charge for you. You will not be profiled if you go for a couple of drinks instead of one. So let me see you all at the village door. Thank you for your attention.